hello, beloved souls. It is Woke Wednesday, and it's a powerful time. It is December. We have a solar eclipse happening in the new moon in Sagittarius on the 3rd or the 4th, and the energies have been intense, people. Intense, intense. There's a lot of shifting going a lot around, a lot of triggering, a lot of healing. Big activations, a lot of light codes coming in, um, things really moving. And I mean, like physically moving, like those of us that are relocating because we've been pushed to go elsewhere and to anchor our lights in other areas, and like emotional, mental, and spiritual shifts, like people really just coming into like a new levels of awareness for themselves, new levels of awareness of the consciousness of the collective, right? Because we are all one. Um, It's been really intense energies. I'm seeing a lot of things playing out, and it's exciting. The divine masculines are really being called forward to stand in their truth and to live life authentically. And the divine feminines are really being shown that they need to honor their creative spirit and step into the light and show their faces, right? Like show the light that they are, stop hiding their candlelight underneath the table. So big energies going on. So I wanted to see not only what the month of December is going to be bringing in for the collective, for those of that are like a little awoken and kind of on the front lines of the spiritual ascension, and also like what this eclipse energy is going to bring. Because I know for me, I've been feeling the effects of the eclipses. I always catch things early. So before the 11:11 portal hit, I was catching shit early. Before the 10:10 portal hit, I was catching stuff early. I kind of go through things before the collective goes. So I get like the first wave of the bullshit. And then as I deal with and transmute and heal and ground through it, then when the next wave comes for the collective, I'm in a place where I can kind of be like, yeah, did that. It sucked, but you're going to be all right because I'm living proof that you're going to be all right. All right. That we don't get to the next step. So anyway, we're going to pull a few cards. I know the unicorns wanted to talk to everyone until work your light right now. And, ooh, see, what the fuck? The initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. You cannot make this shit up. We are going through it right now. We are going through it right now. Literally, some of you are going through it right now. I know that I just went through a really big portal and activation, and in it, I had to leave behind a lot of the parts of the old autumn that just weren't going to work in the new autumn's world, right? In the new version of myself. So many of you are experiencing ascension symptoms right now, and that's because you're going through these initiations, right? You're feeling like tension maybe in like your neck and shoulder areas, right? You're feeling pressure in your head, or maybe even your forehead as your third eye, your crown chakra get activated. I know that I was getting like buzzing in my ears for a couple of weeks as like my ear chakras have become more activated. My hand chakras are definitely at the next level of life right now. And then there's going to be a lot of stuff going on with the heart, the throat getting activated. Again, the divine feminine's really being guided to speak their truth. So there's going to be a lot of clearings going out here, whether you're getting like a sore throat or coughing or you're feeling phlegm, like know that that area is being cleared out. As far as like the lower chakras, right? Like maybe your solar plexus is being cleared out right now so that you can remember your power and your sovereignty and your might, right? That's our inner sun. So maybe you've been like having to poop a lot or feeling kind of constipated or having like an upset belly or, you know, like all those types of things. All of those things are just us in alignment or getting into alignment with who we really are and taking ourselves to the next level. And so in these initiations, some of you are going to be guided to like do a detox, right? I know the divine masculine that I've been hanging out with, he's been like really wanting to do a detox, whereas I had to really pack in and pack on some like calories and proteins and stuff like that because that's where I'm at on my ascension level, right? So like, don't go by what everyone else is going through. Know that yes, we're all going through things. It's going to be different. Like right now, my solar plexus has been doing a lot of clearing. My heart chakra like last week was OD going clearing, and in my head was like pounding, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? But I knew that I was getting activation, so I just sat with it. You know, I did like my little energy work as much as I could, trying to clear these energies out and really just getting grounded and connected. But as you're going through all these different things and these initiations and these activations and these ascension symptoms, and you're getting all these downloads and your body's getting upgraded, and you're like, feel like everything is kind of like imploding around you, don't freak out, right? It's just a part of your initiation. It's just a part of you getting to the next step. Hold on, guys. Sorry about that, guys. My children are homeschooled, and normally I'm in a separate space from them, but because we're not home, I'm in the same space. So excuse the background noise. There's also fucking construction being done around me. It's a lot of fun. So excuse the background noise. Anyway, so that's where we're at. So as you're clearing your body, as you're going through all these initiations, just know that you're not alone, and that the things that you're dealing with, the triggers that are coming up, the activations that you're going through, the things that you're learning, right? All of this is a part of the initiation to get you ready for your next step of you, right? And part of the next step of you is going to be leaving behind the old bullshit that does not serve you anymore, right? You don't want to put new wine in an old wineskin, right? You don't want to like you wouldn't put clean food in a dirty refrigerator. It just doesn't make sense, right? So understand, like, this is all you being shifted out and cleansed and cleared so that you can get to the next level. And many of you are like me on the forefront where you're going to get it first, right? And so the things that are happening and the things that you're experiencing, the world is like, what the fuck are you talking about? You look crazy or whatever. And just know that, like, because you're on the forefront, you're doing it first, right? So you're going through all the shit and it feels crazy and it looks crazy and you're overwhelmed and you don't even know what the fuck is happening half the time. You're like, why? What? I signed up for this, God? Like, you literally like, can I revamp my contract? Because listen, I don't think I signed up for the bullshit on top of the bullshit. But yeah, you did. You signed up for the bullshit on top of the bullshit, you know? But as you're going through these things and as you're learning, as you're growing, you're gonna be peeling back the layers and the bullshit that you don't need anymore, that don't serve your highest and greatest good. And so because you're going through it first, it's often difficult to find anyone that resonates with you, right? So that's when I really like it's important to call in your soul tribe, call in your soul family. Like literally ask your team of light to align you with people that understand your vision and your purpose and your goals because not everyone will. And it's just facts. Not everyone will. Not everyone's gonna get it. Not everybody wants to participate in this fun spiritual party of learning, growing, evolving, healing, and fucking clearing ancestral karma and breaking generational curses and healing for the collective. Like, no, nobody wants to do that. People just want to like get their money, get their nut off, and carry on with their life. And I ain't mad. I ain't mad because ignorance really is bliss in this moment. It really is. It really is. It really is. Just know you're getting ready for the next version of you, and know that yeah, it may look crazy or you may feel crazy, but you're not. You're a visionary. You're on the front lines, right? Like the Steve Jobs, like the Einsteins, like the Teslas. Like people don't get it because they don't get it yet, and you're here to show them how to get it. Just hold on, all right? Deep replenishment. I love this. Retreat, rest, be held. Honor your body and what you're going through at this time. Like I said, everyone's on a different part of their soul's journey, right? So if you're being guided to really like rest and take a nap and do what you got to do that. You know what I mean? Like really honor your body at this time. If you're like with me, when I channel, I get hype, right? So I was hugging my friend the other day and they were like, your heart is racing, but I had just been on the phone with someone who was channeling a message for them. So my heart's like, "Da-da-da-da." But like when I channel, it's like the same as I guess someone taking like a shot of like espresso or drinking like one of those energy drinks. Like that's where I go, right? And I don't need as much rest as other people may. However, like two of my homeboys, Divine Masculines right now, they're grinding, they're doing their thing, and they've been knocked out for like the whole weekend. Like they could not get enough sleep, right? Like it's just where they're at on their journey. So you just really honor where you're at, respect the fact that your body might need to rest or your body might need more food or it might need less food. Like if you're not feeling hungry and you just really want to hydrate more, like do that. Honor where you're at on this path because this is all a part of taking you to the next step of your journey. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna get one more from this Work Your Light card and then deck, and then we're gonna see what else comes in. If anything else comes in there. Anything else in this deck, or shall we move on? Okay. Don't dim to fit in. Don't you dare. Don't you dare dim to fit in. There is no purpose of having that beautiful light. You're hiding it from everyone. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? This is not the time for that. You are going through your initiation process. This is the time for you to remember this light. It's not the time to play the humble, play the corner. Oh, I don't want to shine too bright because it makes them feel uncomfortable. Or I don't want to dream too big because, it makes them feel uncomfortable. This is not the time for that. The world is changing and you're on the forefront and you're being initiated and you're being upgraded and you're up leveling to help the world where they're at right now. Nobody got time for the darkness. We did that. We did that for how many eons? Yay, yay, that part of no, that shit's over. Shit's over. Time is done. Don't dim your light for anyone. For anyone. For anyone at any time. It's This is not why you're here. You are the light. You're here to shine. And if some people are repelled by your light, guess what? They can turn the fuck around. They can close their eyes. They can put on sunglasses. Shit's not your problem. It's not your problem. Not your problem. All right, my beautiful awakened beings. Let's do a gateway oracle. We're going to do a sacred destiny. And then I'm going to pull some cards from unicorns as well. I know they got something to say to you. No, they got something to say. What you got for the... Ooh, okay, okay. Stepping into stillness, my power is born in the majesty of silence. Go within to get your answers. Go within to find the truth of all things. Go within to find your peace and your clarity and your harmony. All right? This is where the gifts are. They're in the silence, not in the external fuckery of the world where everybody has an opinion, everybody wants to put their 2 cents in like they fucking matter, not from a news report. Literally tap into the energy of your own soul at this time. That is where the gems lie. That is listening with your heart. Literally, I trust the messages I receive from my heart. Where's your heart? On the inside, right? Inside. Tap into the inside. Stop listening to people that are going to be giving you advice from a place of fear and lack of spiritual development. They're not going to understand your past if they're not on it. They're not going to understand. They're going to question everything because in the 3D world, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to have faith when the world is going to shit. It doesn't make sense to feel good when the world is covered in fear. It doesn't make sense to have goals and dreams and everybody else is going like this and they're scared to walk out their fucking door. It doesn't make sense. And guess what? Be fucking bonkers, yo. Go crazy. Be nuts. Be the motherfucker that changes the world. Why? Because people that change the world do this. What? They manifest their dreams. They're going after it. There's a cornucopia here for you. For you. My dreams are coming true. Say that. Make that shit your mantra. My dreams are coming true. My dreams are coming true. My dreams are coming true. Yes, yes, yes. My dreams are coming true. My dreams are coming true. My dreams are coming true. Yes. Like, own that shit. Trust your heart. Tap into those energies. Be great. Be beautiful. Be magnificent. Figure it out. Stop walking in circles. Sorry, talking to my son. He's driving me crazy walking in circles. All right. See what else we got for you. Sacred destiny. Listen, guys, you are on the fucking forefront, right? You're standing there. Take the cloak off so that everybody can see your light. Make that shit bright. Turn it up. Be as bright as the motherfucking sun. You see the sun over here dimming itself to make somebody else feel better? No. It just keeps shining. Shine on. Patience. Have it with yourself and with this process. This spiritual journey it's not a race and it's not going to end anytime soon. And so some of the things you're going to learn and you're going to be like, holy shit, it's going to happen in a blink of an eye. And some things are just going to take time. You need to understand you're an eternal being. It's okay if these things take time. You're an eternal being. You literally got time to get it done. And the things that you're meant to do in this lifetime, you will get done. You can get done if you open yourself up to it. If you stop living in fear and start living into your heart, right? So trusting your voice, trusting the guidance you're getting, trusting yourself again. That's where you're at right now, right? And we just came from what? The full moon. Full moons are about what? Releasing things. You have to let go of what was in order to be who you are. You have to let go in order to move forward. Okay? The shit that you were holding on to, the trauma, the drama, the pains, the distorted belief systems, the all the bullshit that we're taught when we're growing up, the fears, like don't dream too big, don't want too much, like stay within this little box, all that bullshit. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. Because the version of you, the authentic, true person that you are, hiding within, can't get to the next step if they're holding on to a whole bunch of baggage. Like you can't, you gotta let some shit go. So you gotta pick what's more important. Like your peace, your joy, your happiness, your happily ever after, or you filling the role of someone else's happily ever after while you dim your light and don't really shine yourself. People are so selfish because they're upset because you're focusing on yourself, but in actuality, they're just upset that you're not being selfish and focusing on them, right? So take that as you may, but understand where people are coming from. And I'm not saying it's conscious, but I'm just saying like people want you to focus on them instead of focusing on you because it would benefit them and not necessarily benefit you. You have to use discernment in all things, right? I'm not going to keep going with Sacred Destiny. I feel like I said enough there. I'm going to get a unicorn because this video is getting long. And the unicorns had a lot to say this week to everybody. A lot. So let's see what they got coming in for you guys. I always shuffle ahead of time, but I like to shuffle on camera too. All right, we got two. Yes, baby, yes. The bottom of the deck, Violet Flame. I use this all the time with Archangel Zadkiel. Call Archangel Zadkiel or call in Saint Germain with the Violet Flame and have it cleanse and transmute every part of your spiritual, physical, mental, and emotional bodies. It literally take everything that is shitty and change it into love and light and get it out of your system. Invoke the cosmic diamond violet flame. Transmute all that is not love. Look at that. It's like an infinity symbol right there too, right? Got the owl up there with wisdom. So much. There's so much. All right, let's see what popped out. Enlightenment. Look for the highest perspective. See the divine in everyone. This is it. Like you can't elevate if you're holding on to the shit from the past, right? You see eagles just flying around with little fucking luggages. No, like they get what they want, they eat it, and then they go and they're moving up to the next level. And even while all the other birds are struggling and fighting in the storms and all that shit, an eagle is so light, they're just moving above and they're seeing shit from up top. They're seeing the storm, they're seeing the drama, they're seeing people fighting in the storm, and they're picking and choosing their battles. They're picking and choosing where they want to send their energies. It's the same thing with us, right? Take yourself to the next level. See the expansiveness of everything. See the collective consciousness. You're being initiated for a reason because you're ready. Magical crystal cave. I love it. Switch on your inner light. Bring forward your gifts. Look at that. Some of you started working with crystals or interested in, and you should, right? I'm obviously, big fan of crystals. Wear them all the time. But really tapping in with the energies of the earth, right? And Gaia and getting grounded and connected. Such a sacred dance that we have, right? Because we came here as beings of light, right? Children of the divine, but we came here in this physical body to anchor our light here on earth. And so we're walking this earth connected with Gaia at all times. And we need to remember that. Like we're here on the earth to anchor our light into the earth. So using the earth's tools and working with them is just going to work for the collective good of all, right? Love, 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 love my crystals. Love, love my crystals. I work with them all the time. I work with crystals just when I'm doing readings. I work with crystals when I'm doing healing. I like to keep them on my body. I like to connect with them. These are gifts from God, right? Like we have access to all these gifts, and not just the gifts that are within us, but we have gifts outside of us. We have the gifts from Gaia, and we also have the gifts from the sun with the abundance of sunlight. We have the gifts from the earth with the trees and the grass and the fruits and the cornucopia that's available to us. Like we have all of this available to us, plus the gifts that are dwelling within us, the gifts that we've gained from other lifetimes, from our ancestors, from our freaking spirit guides. Like everyone has talents and uniqueness within them. And maybe you're not seeing it right now. Maybe that's why you're like in the darkness. But understand that in this cave, there's magic, there's light, there's luminosity, and it's all really starting from within you. And you're seeing reflections back of it throughout nature, right? These crystals are just here to remind you that you are protected, that you are strong, that you do have a connection with the Most High. No, you don't need a physical entity to do that because you have everything that you have inside of you. But you also have external gifts if you want to have little reminders, right? There's nothing nothing wrong with a reminder. I like visions, right? Like visions. Like there's nothing wrong with looking around and just seeing the God in all things. There's nothing wrong with tapping in and feeling the God in all things, right? Feeling your divinity, feeling your connectedness. Super, super important at this time. Sorry, let me pull another cord. Let me pull another uni. You must remember your sovereignty, your divinity, how perfect you are, how majestic you are, how loved you are, how valuable you are. This is a time, and you're really being supported right now by the Most High, by the cosmos, and by the earth to step into your gifts. And it may be a little scary, but it doesn't have to be. Tap into your heart. You'll know. You'll know. You'll know. You know. You know. Woo. Pure intention. Find clarity. Surrender your ego. Get out of your mind and tap into your heart. That is where the truth lies. That's where the answers lie. Get out of your mind and tap into your heart. The universe is here guiding you. You're being initiated, going to the next step. But you're not going to be able to go there if you're overthinking shit. Because the spiritual journey, it don't make sense logically. It doesn't make sense logically. I'm a twin flame. People are like, what the fuck? You have a relationship with someone, some soul you never met? I'm like, yep, deeply in love. Can't wait. Can't wait to meet in this physical reality so we can be together. In the interim, I'm moving on. But it's like this spiritual journey doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to have faith in some invisible entity, right? It doesn't make sense to talk to unicorns and dragons and fairies and to believe in the power of crystals and woo woo shit and pull cards. And people think we're crazy, and I could give a fuck because if crazy means that I have a really dope connection to God and I feel really great about my life and I have joy and laughter and peace and harmony and miracles upon miracles happening in my world every day, then I'll be fucking bonkers, my nigga, because this is better than the bullshit I'm seeing on TV. I will live in my motherfucking happily ever after before I tap into the bullshit that the 3D is doing right now with these fake ass wars and all this other shit they're doing. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Tap into your heart, right? That was the message that we got. Listening with your heart. Tap into your heart. You gotta get out of your head. Tap into your heart. You're gonna find so much clarity. You're gonna find so much peace. You're gonna find so much joy when you turn off the outside world and tap into this. Because what is your heart always connected to? Your divine essence. There's never a point where you're not connected to your divinity. It's whether or not you're listening to your divinity. You're being reminded to listen. Big time. All right? Refreshing oasis, bottom of the deck. Nurture yourself. Gather your strength. Take the time to heal. If you need to rest, rest. I suggest taking a bath, taking a shower, getting next to water, going out in nature, like really taking the time to just tune in, right? Stepping into stillness is one of the first cards you got. You get quiet and still and start telling your ego to go have a seat, zip it up, and that it can observe and not comment on anything and just really tap into your heart and let your higher self lead the day, your fucking life is going to change. And again, the shit that you're going through and you're feeling and you're healing and you're dealing with and it feels overwhelming, it's scary and you feel like really isolated alone, like nobody gets it, it's because you're the forefront, you're the visionary, you're here getting it together, you're leading the way, you're creating the path, you're the one that's going to have the first footsteps. It's you making all the difference at this time, whether you realize it or not. You're making a huge difference. Your light is making a huge difference as you're anchoring in that light, as you're doing the healing, as you're doing this fucking work and being mocked and ridiculed and ignored and whatever else is going through. Because I know I've been through it too and I could give a fuck. So I just be like, you ain't got to believe me, homie. You ain't got to believe me. I'm tapping into the energies, but I'll answer the phone when you call when you realize that I'm not bugging out. It's cool. It's cool. Some people are tapped in, some people aren't, and that's fine. There's over 7.5 billion people on this planet. Less than the point 0.5 of us are doing the work consciously. 7 billion people just walking around here just like a jellyfish, just floating aimlessly through life, not giving a fuck, not really being conscious, just reacting, right? Just ding, 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 ding. It is what it is, right? And that's where they're at. And so as you do your work, you have to respect where everyone else is at on their journey. It's not about dragging people with you. It's not about I'm holier than thou. It's not about, well, I'm on the spiritual path and you're not. No, it's about being the best you that you can be. It's about taking yourself to the next level. It's about raising your fucking vibration. It's about healing your shadows, healing yourself, focusing on you, being the best you can be, so your divine masculine and divine feminine energies are completely in balance within yourself, so you can show up in the world in the best version of yourself. That's the game changer. Because one person that's tapped in is more powerful than a million that are not. Facts all day. So when you decide to stand there and stop fucking hiding your light and turn the shit all the way up like it's supposed to be and shine as bright as you're supposed to, the world changes. The world changes. Your world will change and the change will happen around you. It's like a pebble in the pond, baby. You throw it and you see it ripple out. Trust me, the work that you're doing is not being ignored. It's not like too little. It's not like you're not doing enough. No, you're doing the work. You're doing the work. And every change that you make within yourself goes 7 generations forward and seven generations back. So you're not only doing the work for you right now, you're not only doing the work for the ripples that it's having to the people within your tribe, but you're doing the work for your family, for your lineage, 7 generations forward and back. That's a big responsibility. So you're on the fucking forefront right now. You're getting hit and the world is changing and we're going through these eclipses and it's like, what the fuck is happening right now? But know that you're doing it big time for you, for the collective, for your tribe, and for your lineage. That shit is powerful. That shit is powerful. So this initiation that you're going through may not feel so great, right? You might be getting some ascension symptoms. You might be fucking tired of shit. You might be feeling confused. You might be just crying your ass off, which is great. Crying is a great form of release, right? Taking a bath, really just tapping in and getting grounded, going outside in nature, eating some grounded foods, right? Some potatoes, some lettuces, like really just diving deep and going into your heart and saying, I love you and saying, I forgive you, right? I forgive myself for all the times that I didn't show up for myself, forgive myself for all the times where I didn't speak in my truth. And I have to love myself for all the times that I didn't love myself, right? So many times where we just dishonor and betray ourselves. And it's okay. That's why we have awareness, and that's why we make shifts, and that's why we do better next time, right? Just do better next time. So, as you ascend and as you go through the whole process, just know that you're not alone. There's a lot of us out here. We're all crazy too, right? We're the crazy freaking visionaries. We're the ones on the forefront. We're the ones loving the collective. We're the ones sacrificing. We're the ones crying, and it sucks, and it's all right. But you're important, and you matter, and it's not for nothing. It's not for nothing. And there are people like me that will be here to hold the vision with you, right? And hold the light. I'm going to pull an affirmation card just because I feel like we should. Yeah, I'm going to end it here. Balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. This is your mantra for the week. This is your mantra. Hold it in your heart. Look at the symbolism, right? Look at the picture. Hold that image in your third eye and really one with it. You deserve it, all right? I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. Happy fucking December. Enjoy this eclipse shit. And I'll see you next week, hopefully. Later.